One of the characteristics that people often talk about entrepreneurs who are in the strategic coach program is that they tend to have really good work habits. They tend to have really good focusing habits. They tend to have really good planning habits. And but one thing I've been asked for a lot during the unusual circumstances of 2020 is what is your best daily habit? What as it relates to getting yourself, I think, organized. And then this has been a change this year. So I'm actually telling you something that I've adopted this year. And it came because one of the quarterly books this year I wrote on DOS, which stands for Dangers, Opportunities, and Strengths. And in the Strategic Coach Program, we have a thing called the DOS question, where you, in really establishing a relationship with someone else, you actually ask them about if there was a point in the future where they feel that they've really made great progress, and they name that date. And then you ask them, well, what dangers do you have now that are eliminated in the future? And then you ask them, what opportunities do you have right now that you've actually captured in the future? And number 3 would be, what strengths do you have that are actually bigger and better now in the future? And what we propose to our entrepreneurial clients is that people will either answer the question or they won't answer the question. And if they don't answer the question, it's because they don't want to have a relationship with you. And if they do answer the question, they'll talk for an hour, because you're giving them an opportunity to talk about what's really on their mind. So I recommended, I came across this habit for myself about 6 months ago. And what I start the day off with is that I say, okay, what's my biggest danger for today, right now? And a danger has fear attached to it. In other words, what's the biggest danger that if I don't take action on this, I'm going to be more scared about it tonight than I am right now? And what opportunity do I have right now? So opportunity is about excitement. And so what opportunity do I have where I've got energy for it right now, and if I took action, I'd be further ahead and I'd even be more excited? And number 3, what strengths do I have that I can actually reinforce today? What's an action I can take? And what I find is, because these are 3 emotions that you're dealing with right at the beginning of the day, and my take after coaching entrepreneurs for almost 50 years is that we're first and foremost emotional creatures, and then we use our brain to figure out why we're feeling the way that we're feeling. And ultimately, we want to take action. We love taking action on things. So if I do that first thing in the morning, what I find is just identifying the danger, identifying the opportunity, identifying the strength, actually is like 50% of the solution. And I feel right away, I feel confident about the day. And then I do take some action. And more, what I try to do is some action that somebody else can take on my behalf, a who. So it's not a how, but I move forward on that. And tomorrow morning, I'll ask myself the question, and it may be totally different danger, totally different opportunity, and totally different strength. But I did this for about 3 months, and then I shared this with all my 10 times ambition clients and all my free zone clients. And it was a big hit. And it was really remarkable how something they already knew, because these are longtime veterans in strategic coach. They already knew about the DOS, but they said, I never thought about applying it to myself. And I would see some of them a month later, and they said, it's changed my whole approach to my daily life. What's really interesting is that they begin to realize that they're not when it comes to dangers, they're not afraid of everything. They're just afraid of certain types of things. And I'll share what I've discovered about my own fears, that there's only one kind of fear that I actually have where I am in my life right now. And that's the fear of not meeting my teamwork obligations. In other words, I don't show up on time. I don't do what I say I'm going to do in a teamwork situation. And the only thing I'm afraid of is letting down my team members. There isn't anything else I'm really afraid of. And the same thing for excitement. What I'm most excited with is the opportunity for really bigger and better teamwork. Okay. And my strengths are that I have good skills for speaking. I have good skills for doing video. I have good skills for writing. I have good skills for diagramming. And so everything revolves around whether I'm making progress on teamwork that day or not making progress on teamwork that day. So that's what I've discovered about this. But almost every entrepreneur that I've shared this with, they say, oh, what a great way to start the day. So now I'm sharing it with as many people as possible on this video. And what I would say is, first thing in the morning when you start the day, just write down. I find it's useful if you write it down. What's my biggest danger? And what am I going to do about it today? What's my biggest opportunity? What am I going to do about it today? What's my biggest strength that I can use? What am I going to do about it today? And I find if you do that, the rest of the day is enjoyable. And you've already felt that you've made tremendous progress in the first hour.